Tonight, to recap what happened in the first episode, we got to meet all of our player characters, whether they are university graduates from the Strixhaven University on the Rainy Isle, or townsfolk living within Lund, or simply travelers who happen to be making their way through the town. The group got to meet one another, introduce themselves, meet a couple of the local townsfolk, when suddenly the 3 bells of the watchtower rang out when the undead began to attack the city. During that conflict, we got to see the strength of a couple of characters, in particular the Artificer, whose ranged attacks melee down the different skeleton archers from across town. There was also a character who fell unconscious towards the end of combat, with Brao'Drana taking a critical hit as she tried to disengage from one of the skeletons, falling unconscious in the courtyard. And that's actually where we will pick up our adventure tonight. So, to get us started. So as the smoke begins to clear from the small battlefield in the courtyard of the Cat and Custard Pot, news begins to come in of bodies strewn around the city. Whether they are undead, townsfolk, Night's Watch, what you're slowly coming to realize, those of you that are making your way from the sort of scattering of this battle, is that this was much more of a larger impact than maybe first was realized. In your small corner of this conflict, however, you find yourselves recuperating from the battle. Brao'Drana laying unconscious on the stone courtyard outside of the Cat and Custard Pot. Thalgri, the innkeeper, is moving around amongst you, bringing tankards of water or tankards of ale, whichever you would choose, and trying his best, along with his daughter Thalgra, to take care of the 6 or 7 of you who defended his inn. Right, who needs a drink? Water, ale, stout, it's all on the house. You saved me in. What can I do for you? Anyone? What do you need?
Well, can we get some help for our friend here who is taking a wound? We'd like to get her at least healed up or in a bed so that she can rest.
Well, that's well beyond my ability, sir, but we can bring her inside the inn for sure. I have plenty of rooms upstairs. She can take the large room in the back corner. No problem, no fee. We'll bring her in if you can carry her.
Alright.
Thalgri's a dwarf, so he's looking at this situation saying, basically stuff like that. There's no way I can.
So I just pick her up and throw her over my shoulder.
Okay. Do you want to do a strength check?
Sure.
Just to make sure?
11?
Yeah, definitely. So you're able to pretty easily pick Brao'Drana up over your shoulder as you carry her into the inn, up to the 2nd floor in the back corner of the stately room that is there. So it's a large, very ornate bed, feather mattress, feather comforter, and Brao'Drana is currently resting there.
Cool.
What do you do next?
I would like to go back down, just talk with everyone.
Okay, so you make your way back down.
Yeah, I make my way back downstairs.
Okay.
Hey, does anyone have any bandages or Balgren, is there a medic in this town that we could maybe seek out, or a merchant?
Yes, definitely. Abbot Tomdall is on the way. He's making his way around. This is one of the worst nights I've ever seen in my life. Dead across the wall.
Does this usually happen?
Never. This has never happened before. If you remember, when the 3 bells rang, I'm ashamed of the moment, but I froze under my bar. Who took my club?
I've got your club.
Oh, you can keep it, big man. You helped me out. Thank you, sir.
Do you remember reading or studies about skeletons coming out at night?
I don't recall any necromantic magics.
Thank you.
Thalgri, have you had any word from my mother or my brothers and sisters?
I haven't. It's been quite rambunctious around the town. I've only been able to help you 7. Everyone is in need of aid at the moment. What else? What else can I do for you, Seven? Please, anything.
I'll take a picture of Ale.
Right away. Dobra, picture of Ale for the, well, not little one. Kind of a little one. Help her out.
Thank you, Fulbra. Thank you. And I sit down at one of, or actually, I pick up a table's dinner returned. Inside my.
We're all outside right now.
Oh.
But you can go into the inn and do that. if you
Okay,
want
I'm inside.
to. Okay, yes, you
Flip
go
it
back
over the
inside,
tables,
flip over
kind
the table.
Washing stuff off.
Okay.
Before we
Just
get
gotta take
comfortable
care of all
drinking and hanging out, should we fortify and kind of make sure that we're still not under attack and we just...
I would. Yeah, is there like a wall around the city or?
Yeah,
the town?
so yes, Lund is a wood wall town, so it has palisades around the town.
But the skeletons came in, so that's not to say that there aren't more of them.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I want to run up to the, I guess, top of the palisades, like by the front door. This is a initial point. And just kind of look around and see what else is out there.
How large is this town?
Say that again. You went where?
Up to the top of the palisade wall.
You're quite far away from that, so you can do that, but it's going to take you a while to get across town to get to the outer wall.
Are we close to any wall?
No. So where the Captain Custard Pot is essentially in the center of town. The closest thing you're actually to is the alderwood tree, which is the large dead tree in the middle of town. But there's no palisades around you.
Scurry up that tree.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and act back. Check that for me.
16 plus 8.
Yeah, you can stop. Yep. Okay. So you scamper right on up that tree and you look around. But the town is pretty long. It's pretty large. So even from there, you really can't see anything other than sort of a calamitous scene. Torches in the night, moving from place to
People still
place.
fighting?
There's no one fighting at this point now.
Is there like a spot that the torches are running towards?
There's not a spot that the torches are running towards. They're all kind of, think of like fireflies in the night. They're just scattering to every corner of the town, they're just scattering.
I think we need to find somebody. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess from the top of the tree, I was gonna just yell out like, trying to get some more information. Like, I can't even think what to say. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what he would say. Like, villagers, villagers. So condescending.
Yeah, so as you're yelling that
People
one...
of the town,
Yeah,
who saw where these undead came from?
Yeah, nobody responds to you because you're a cat of a tree. So they don't really know what to do.
Firefighters.
Yeah. But as you guys are listening to Fuzzy Knuckles yell from the top of this tree, you see a gnome with dark hair and green robes with a walking stick walking into the courtyard towards you all. He says, Travelers, who here needs aid?
I do. I have an arrow in my leg.
Oh, well, that does not look good.
We have a down member of our party. We need assistance. If you can...
Where is your down member?
Like jump off the tree and then like try and point
This way, I gesture.
So the gnome follows you.
Okay.
Where are you going?
To our down party member.
Okay.
I'm stopping behind them.
Following you behind?
Because I have an arrow in my leg.
Please tell
Oh,
me. Please tell me Bruce Kitten is kind of like stopping behind, kind of like angry. Like, I'm too.
I'm kind of
Oh, she's down. But I've got an arrow in my leg.
Falgra.
Say got an arrow in your knee.
Falgra.
Yes, Satan. Anything you like.
Yes, I was wondering where the smithy was really quickly. I'd like to just get a couple things.
It's like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but I mean, the whole town's awake from an attack, right?
yes. However, the smithy is currently working with the Night's Watch, so you're going to have to wait until the morning. They'll be able to help you then, maybe, but as you can imagine, we're fairly backed up.
I was just trying to find a nice sledgehammer.
A nice sledgehammer.
Yes.
I still wait till the morning.
Okay.
Ren is fairly temperamental, especially when he's being yelled at by the rest of the Night Guard. So maybe give it a bit, and then you can check it out.
Thank
Where
you.
is the Night's Watch? I want to ask, like, where is the Night's Watch located?
Aren't you
Here in town.
Sorry, I apologize. Aren't you in the port often as a character?
Yeah.
So can't you just do a history check and you just download some of these questions?
Oh, true.
I don't know. I'm just trying to.
No.
Because you should know a little bit, like you know.
You are in town quite a bit, yeah. So you want to know about the Night's Watch?
The Night's Watch?
Yeah, just go ahead and do. Just do a history check.
Steve.
14. Yeah, he returns.
Oh no, Steve.
Thumbed up the cod piece.
15 total.
Yeah, okay. So from your times traveling back and forth across the Parchment's Passage, you do know that there is a small Night's Watch or Town's Watch here. It's not a organized militia or anything to that nature. It's 20 people that patrol the town regularly at night. You also know that the leader of the Night's Watch is a man named Arton Hammerbeard, who you've crossed paths with more than once. However,
Like
he's
friendly or?
you've crossed paths with him. So he's not unfriendly to you, but you're also a sailor on a ship that comes to port every now and then. So to him, you are one of the troublemakers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Not necessarily indifferent, but certainly not hostile towards you. It's
Just
just
Art and Hammerbeard?
Arton Hammerbeard. Yeah.
Do I know him too?
You would definitely know Arton Hammerbeard, yes.
Alright, yeah, I want to go look for him. Let's try and.
Are you seeking a guard who can kind of give us an insight as to what happened?
Yeah, I'm gonna go try and find Art and get some information out of all this. They couldn't have just appeared in the center of town.
I'm gonna go with you. Zlatan, can you make sure that the snow helps? Remember.
I will.
Thank you. I'm gonna go with him to
Sure.
get information.
And so while you guys are doing that, upstairs in the stately room, the gnome that you brought upstairs. With the gnome? Okay. So while you guys are upstairs, ooh, lucky. Basna, you're healed for 4 hit points.
Yeah.
Is she gonna be all right?
As you're saying that, the gnome stands above her, kind of incanting this spell, going, "Yeah, she'll be all right. I've got her. I've got her."
I think she'll be okay. He looks like he knows what he's doing.
And Bruce, you take 1 point of healing. He notices you kind of like looking at him from the side. He's like,
Oh, right.
right. And then he goes back to healing Basna.
Is the arrow still in his
He's just sitting there. Who's doing anything?
He
What's
sealed
your
the
name,
wound
Mushroom
around the
Friend?
arrow.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even introduce myself before I followed you into this tavern. My name is the Abbot Tom Dahl. It is a pleasure to meet all of you.
Tom or Mr. Dahl or
Tom is fine.
so how often has something like this happened? Do you know where they might have come from?
Where they might have come from, I don't know. But what I can tell you is, it was at every gate. It seemed all of a sudden. The Night's Watch was overwhelmed from the beginning, and the undead made their way into town. Luckily, one of the watchmen was able to ring the bell in the top tower. In the Greystone Keep, in order to send out a warning to the rest of the town to get inside and to rally the other townsfolk who were able. Luckily, you lot were here. But it was, I'll tell you, in my age, I've not seen a thing like this before. The undead in Lund. Who would have thought?
If anybody,
Basna, you're awake now.
if
Some health points, so you can
this
chat. You might have to sit there.
no, I forgot your
Abbott, Tom Dahl.
Tom Dahl.
name. Tom
Tom. It's fine.
Abbott Dahl.
Sure.
Who in, I know it's late. Do you have any idea of anybody in town who might have an idea of what is going on here? Somebody that could help us get to the bottom of this, because it seems like we were woefully unprepared, and if it happens again tomorrow night, I don't think we'll make it.
Well, at the moment, probably not. Everyone's trying to do the same as you lot. They're just trying to figure things out. And at the moment, I would say, enjoy the peace that the night brings. If you want answers to more questions, come see me tomorrow at the Temple of the Nine. I'll be waiting for you. I'll be there all day. If you follow the road around the Aldenveld and head just towards the north east of town, you'll find the temple. Can't miss it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So, Bayosma starts to wake up from her unconsciousness. Who was it? Who was it?
It was a skeleton.
Skeleton? Who
You ran
saved my
away, and it hit you.
Who saved my life?
Roll a deception check.
That's fine.
You're just pointing at the gnome or each other?
Pointing at
You're
each other.
Spider-Man.
Sorry.
Too clear, it wasn't me.
No, it was his him.
Or glad you might.
Would she need to roll against that?
No.
Okay.
So in the moment of, especially just coming out of this unconscious state, Plasma kind of looks at Tolari and believes him. And looks to Bruce and then thankfully.
With the arrow still in his knee.
No, Tom picks up.
Well, Bruce, suppose I owe you. I will be with you, I suppose, as long as you need.
I didn't do it. That guy's lying.
What?
I didn't help you.
Well, who saved my life? I read the statistical likeness of me surviving that incident, and it's not possible. So who saved me then?
It wasn't me. You were too weak. You should have died. Weaklings need to die. I'm sorry.
Tom is
I'm glad
watching
you're
all
okay.
of this and is just like, well, that's a very, very strong stance to take. I'm very glad that you're okay. There's more members of the town that I need to see to. Does anyone need help?
Tom, do you have extra health potions?
I'm sorry, no, I don't have anything on me of that nature, but perhaps in the morning you can go and see Jepper. She may, I don't know what she has left.
Do you know if Jepper's still alive?
Yes, Jepper is very much alive, yes. She's fine.
Man, you heal me as well, please.
Oh, yeah?
Tom, is there anyone else in town that needs help? Maybe just a strong hand, something I can do to help you?
I wish I had more information for you guys, but right now we're all just trying to pick up the pieces. Again, stop by the temple tomorrow morning. Maybe we can point you in the right direction. For now, though,
I'm
the
gonna
bags are all made.
I'm gonna go to bed, you guys. It doesn't look like there's anything else for us right now. So I'm gonna take a long rest.
Baldy's downstairs, but he's already kind of intimated that you guys have basically free reign of the inn tonight for whatever you need. There's only patrons that will be staying, so all the beds are open. Feel free to stay and decide if you would like to take a long rest now in the rooms that he's provided for free tonight.
I'm taking a long rest.
Well,
Where are you guys?
All right, so
Fuzzy Knuckles and I are off.
our two
Guards.
intrepid townfolk. Knuckles, what are you doing?
So
Searching for the guard.
Right, but what are you currently doing? I know you're searching for the guard, but
I'm walking alongside of Fuzzy Knuckles, and I've got that like off-kilter walk of like somebody who is drunk but is also kind of like adrenaline to like normal. So like still kind of like
yeah.
I totally have this. So and I'm talking to him like I think we need to find somebody. I don't think we're gonna get answers, but I think the thing that I want to know most is whether or not they appeared out of any. If anybody saw how they got here, whether they came like around corners or if they just like appeared. That's what I want. I'm not sure what you're looking to find out.
So as you guys are talking and Lomar is stumbling through the street, two town watchmen approach you fairly aggressively. Oh, what are you doing walking around town at night? Who are you? Are those weapons on you? And they go to grab with their sword hilt.
Whoa, gentlemen, it's me, Fuzzy Knuckles. I am here quite often. I'm looking for...
I don't know you, Catman. Who are you?
I just said, it's Fuzzy Knuckles. I'm looking for... Arden the Hammerbeard. Trying to figure out how to work in persuasion.
Just
We go way back. I come here frequently. I'm aboard the HMS Jackie Daytona, and we're here all the time. Look at the undead blood on my hilt, on my sword. We just helped fight the undead scourge off. Help me, help you.
Sure, just roll a straight charisma check. You're not really persuading him.
Thanks. 3 plus 3, so 6.
So the town's watch looks at his buddy. He's like, how do I know that's not town's watch blood on your blade?
There were just skeletons and zombies in here fighting everybody else. Why would we be calmly walking around? Just casually, nimbly, bimbly. We're here to help. We got ambushed just like everybody else. You can take me to the Knights Captain. He knows me. I don't care.
I'm kind of just swaying, letting him do the talking.
Okay.
I'm not trying to antagonize you. I'm trying to help you.
Now you're
In my brain,
yeah.
in my
Now
brain,
you're persuading check.
I'm standing confidently.
Yeah.
But it's just one
What's
of
your-
those.
You do a performance check. Let's see how badly you're swinging.
Crit.
They
Crit 20.
Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah, no, you're like...
I forgot the ambiguity of your
I was like... Yeah, no, you're pulling it off very well. Yeah, you're standing straight up and they're looking at you like, okay, this guy's got it going on.
Okay. 14 plus 5, so 19.
Cool. So the guardsman slowly starts to put his sword back and slowly looks at you and goes, sorry, it's... Oh, what a night. What a night. You can't meet with Arden now. He's busy. We've lost 9 members of the Watch. He's powerfully captured by mourning for these men. He's in no state to talk with anyone. I'm sorry. What is there anything I can do to help?
How did the call to the skeletons come? How did they arrive? Did they break in through a gate?
It was waves of them. From what we've heard, every gate in the city was attacked, seemingly simultaneously.
So it wasn't as if they were summoned inside of the gates.
No. What did you guys fight? Where did you fight?
We fought 5 skeletons over at the Cat and Custard Ball.
Oh my god, they made it all the way to the Cat and Custard Ball. It's much worse than we thought. We were just so overwhelmed. It was probably just ones that got past us. We were tied into combat from the very beginning.
So where did they come from? Did they come from the woods surrounding us?
Out of the darkness. And so you would know, we don't need to check, you already know this. Where Lund sits is not amidst a wooded area or a forest. Lund is a large port town, so outside of its walls would be farms and open land.
Okay.
So there's no forest around you, but as you can imagine, on a dark night, it would be difficult to see things coming through the darkness.
Okay.
So then at least our threat isn't inside of the gates. That's
Yeah, it's coming from. So they just came, I guess, just from the singular direction of outside, like because I'm imagining it like the walls are kind of like this.
So you would know, being someone who's been to Lund plenty of times, you would know that Lund has 4 main gates, essentially on the forbidden direction: the western road, the eastern road, the northwestern road, the northeastern roads that lead out of town. And all 4 gates, according to the guard story, seem to be attacked simultaneously from what he's heard from other knights watching the area.
Okay.
The town's watch.
Alright, so it's definitely something from outside the gate. Well, I don't want to interrupt. What did Anton? Arden. I don't want to interrupt Arden's morning. So, can you just let him know that Francisco, he knows me as Fuzzy Knuckles, would like to speak to him when he is available, just to see what help we can give him, what information he has. We'll be staying in the Cat and the Custard.
And let him know Lomar is with him. He doesn't know me, but I'm with him.
Do a performance.
He doesn't know who.
That was bad.
3.
Yeah, okay. So you say that, he lifts his voice like, who the fuck is this guy?
Precisely.
Okay, whatever. Well, thanks.
Lomar.
Okay, thanks, Momar. I'll get it to him.
No. Low.
Low.
My arm around his shoulder and just
Mark.
tap
Okay.
him.
Lomar.
Who are you tapping?
Lomar.
Okay.
It's like it's fine. It's fine.
At this point, a third Night's Watch member walks up to these 2 that are talking to you, and he taps his buddy on the shoulder, and he says to him, "Have any of you seen Milia? Miss Grovetree? Has anyone seen her?
She was back at the Cat and Custard Pot with us.
With you?
Yes.
Can I come with you? I unfortunately have some bad news that I must share with her immediately."
Yeah, that's where we're heading. So yeah.
Right. So the Night's Watchman's gonna follow you if you're going back to the Cat Cluster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So he follows you guys to the tavern. Do you know which room she's in? Any chance? Oh, Thalbury, which room is Miss Grovetree in?
Last, I would have suspected she would be at the bar.
Nothing
You
should
will, right?
Oh, everybody's on the bed.
Yeah, so Thalbury
I wasn't there.
tells the Night's Watchman where Milia Grovetree is, and so the Night's Watchman walks upstairs, second floor, on your door.
Hello,
Milia! It's Thomas! It's Thomas, can I come in?
Thomas. Yes, open the door. It's unlocked.
Door opens. Thomas comes in.
What are
Milia,
you doing here?
Milia, it's your parents.
No.
They're missing.
No.
The farm was attacked in the night. We don't know where they are. There was sign of a struggle,
Me mother.
but they're just missing. There was no one at the farm. We searched it wide and far.
There's no blood or anything.
We didn't see any.
Do you think we could track the trails? Was it mud?
You're better at that than I am. So you might be able to. But we wanted to find you as soon as we could. Everybody.
Mike, Mary, Billy, Jerry, Mother, Frankie, Frank Jr. All of them? God.
Well, I don't know about all of them.
I think it's names.
I'm gonna have to go back and I'm definitely gonna have to go back and watch this again to get all the names.
Like that scene in Ted. They just start looking on the white trash bin names.
You got big Frank Jr.
Yeah, they're all missing. Every single one of them. Everyone you just named.
What about Tips?
Yes. Missing two.
Whole like
Still
brigade of
missing.
people gone.
Oh no. Oh God.
We wanted to tell you as soon as we could. We're gonna help try and find them in the morning, but
Yes,
I have to go.
I have to find them.
Wait until the sun is up.
Okay.
Tears light shine on you. I'll see you in the morning, yes?
Oh, Thomas, thank
Okay,
you.
yes. Inside that, Thomas shuts the door and looks out.
And I start weeping.
It was so loud. So fucking loud.
That's not a weep.
Fuck.
That's a will. Alright, so,
Was not expecting that. This stuff.
sleeping.
Oh god.
Or trying to. You're still out.
Never
So,
again,
sleeping?
please.
Well, we see back at the end. So
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to ask. But
Yeah,
still sleeping?
I mean, not after that. Fuck.
Well, luckily your room is down the hall. So you
Yes.
can-
Yes, I'm still sleeping.
Okay. Okay, so
I go back to
Fuzzy
sleep.
Knuckles and
I
Bobar,
cry myself.
what are you guys doing right now?
I'm sitting in the bar having a beer, like,
Okay.
just trying to collect my nerves.
I head up to sleep.
Head up sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. So
The adrenaline's worn off. The alcohol's kicked back in.
You just
Yep.
like sleep.
Yeah.
You just sleep in the hallway.
I fall asleep in the hallway,
Right.
right in front of my door.
I love it.
We
Okay.
have drum screaming, and then we just have drunk in front of his door.
So Fuzzy Knuckles.
And Fuzz is just like, what's wrong with
From the last man in the hotel bar.
Oh,
Always
are
great.
you like sleeping in front of the fire?
So at this point, Thalgri, so Thalgri comes over to you and sits down, kind of ale in front of you, says, Oila, what a night. Are you doing okay?
Yeah. It's not my first time, but that's not my nice voice.
Try again. Take two.
Yeah, I'm doing alright. It's not my first time killing, but fuck me, that was intense.
He looks around the tavern and notices that nobody's around, and he kind of leans in close to you. I've heard rumors of talk about on the roads. Now, mind you, this was my cousin's sister's nephew's family, so take it for what it is.
Do I know the people he's referring to?
Cousins.
Go ahead and
But wouldn't that still cousin's sister's nephew? But you
What's that mean, cousins?
You would be. You would still be cousins.
go ahead and roll. Just roll a history check. Let's see if you do something.
Second,
Sisters.
because it's a big picture.
11 plus 1, 12.
Nah, you don't know. They're from not in London, since your travels have pretty much limited you to the Parchment Passageway and the Rainy Island in London. You don't know Thalgri's nephew, sister's cousin's family.
He said it comes from them, so take it for what it is, right?
Yeah.
What, are they particularly liars? Do they tell tales?
No, they're not known for telling tales. But this is one whopper of a tale.
What they say?
If they're accurate about it. Dark figures on roadways, spiders as big as horses in woods.
What's his name? Thalgri?
Thalgri.
Thalgri. Sisters.
It's first cousin.
No, it's nephew's
Yeah,
sister's
It was
cousin.
second cousin.
First cousin was cousin.
No,
Roommate.
it's not actually.
I just googled it.
But it depends on what cousin it is.
Did he say what direction they came from?
Cousin. First
So in Thorgree's recollection of the tale to you, it would be a tale that's kind of told around a tavern's hearth. It was light
Well, invite him
on.
over to the tavern's hearth.
Sure, the tale will change, but he meets you over there. He's like, all right, we're here at the hearth. Did you want to talk about something by the fire, Mike?
No, just joking. Yeah, just continue it at the bar.
Okay. Yeah, so no, it's a typical tale. It's light on details, large on emotion. You can tell that he's afraid by what he's heard, but beyond that, it's sin.
He didn't have like a general area where they saw them.
No, and what he could tell you, so yeah, well, I mean, from the tale that you've heard, no, there's no general area.
How long ago did they see them?
Week ago?
Do they live in town?
No, they don't. They live across the fork.
The fork of the river.
Yeah, you would know that the fork is one of the rivers. It's split into two. It's the North Fork and the South Fork. Lund is directly south of the South Fork.
So they live in the north?
They live between the two forks.
Okay.
From what you would know from your travels to Lund, that living north of the fork is an expression used by folks who live south of the Southern Fork to mean between the two forks.
Okay. All right. Well, would you mind terribly if if I happen to go figure out? I just want to know what's going on. Like, would it freak you out if I asked their names and try to pay them a visit to get more info?
No, not at all, not at all. If you're trying to meet who I heard the tale from.
Yes.
Okay. So you would need to look up Thalgrund. Yes. Who lives in the town of Purton. It's quite a journey to Purton.
Like, how far? Well, I guess my guy would know. How far is that of a journey?
You probably actually would not know how far that is.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'm just going to ask him how far away it is.
Sure.
How long it would take to get there.
Yeah, no problem. So from Lund, Purton would be. One, two, three, 5, 6. So at least a week of travel on the road.
Damn. Yeah, that is a ways away.
Mm-hmm. And that's considering all conditions being good and everything going well on the roadway. So add a couple of days on either end of your journey, depending on what befalls you.
Okay. Alright, that's all the information I want out of him. Alright, well, thank you, Falgree. Why don't we just drink our drink and try to take it easy for the night and just kind of give him like a cheers and then just kind of do like small talk with him.
Are you staying up all night, or are you...
What time is it?
At this point, it's probably close to 1 in the morning.
I'll finish my drink with him. And then if there's an armchair near the fire,
There's 5.
then I'm going to pull the armchair up and just kind of curl around on it,
Yeah.
do like one of those numbers.
Oh, making biscuits.
Little making biscuits. Yeah, okay. Cool. So you
And we
make...
just curl up in front of the fire.
Yeah, so you make some biscuits and curl up in front of the fire. Okay, cool. With that, we see night pass, and the sun rises on the 13th day of Sabrum, on the day of Finn. It's, if you guys are tracking stuff on D&D Beyond, you can add a long rest so that you guys are back to your spells recovered, and so you gain, for everybody that had still hit points missing after Abbott, Tom helped you out. You regain any points spent from hit dice, and you should be able to have your HP back. Okay, cool.
My slots.
Mm-hmm. So we're all good there. As the sun rises,
Wake up early.
yeah, definitely.
And I'm going to walk down the hallway past the sleeping man.
Here's sleep on the floor.
And I
Yeah.
just like can shake. And I want to go to my Teamster group and take my last wages. Say, that's it.
Okay. So you head down to the docks.
I'm down the docks. I'll be back in a bit.
Sure. So as you pass the corner of the cliff, which would really be the cliff is the area where sort of the wealthiest citizens of London live, and it's called that because it's up on a high rise. Where the Captain Custard Pot is, to get to the dock, you have to walk around the cliff. As you round the corner of that large cliff to your right, you see that the docks are destroyed. That there are no ships now in the harbor, that there's small fires still being put out. You see a bunch of people running around still trying to pull things out of the water. You're trying to, cut more lines, which were hastily cut and tossed into the sea there. But the docks, as you know them, have been severely damaged.
I want to look for two things. Is there any sledgehammers, and do I see Boss?
So you don't see any sledgehammers, but you do notice the head of the longshoreman group barking out orders to people as they are quickly trying to repair whatever situation they can at the moment.
Okay, I go speak to him and
Sure.
ask for my week's pay. And, ask him, hey, boss, how?
You can make up his name right now.
I don't know who was gonna come up with that one.
Go for it.
We'll call him Jimmy. Anyways, Jimmy, I'm
Yeah.
here for my wages.
Oh, Bruce! Oh, God! Thank goodness you're here. We have so much to do. Did you say for your wages?
Yeah, I don't think I'm for the longshoreman much.
You don't think you're? Oh, Bruce! This is the
I
worst
know,
time in
I
hell.
know, Jimmy.
The dock. You see the dock's underwater, and you're one big man. We could really use your help here.
Feel something coming on. I need to do this, Jimmy.
Feel something? All right.
Yeah, it might be a headache. It could be a hunger. But
Roll persuasion. Let's see how Jimmy feels about this.
I'm not very persuasive.
That's
I
okay.
suck.
So it's not a very high DC here. from the roll I just did.
No, okay. Stand.
Sorry, guys.
You're fine.
That one's longer. Sorry, guys. There we go. Found it.
Let's all be ready.
I know, right? I wasn't ready for that check.
You're okay.
That's 17.
Yeah, okay. So Jimmy looks at you and he says, Bruce, you've worked with us for a while. I've never heard you talk like this. So, bygones is, bygones is. He takes his little pouch out that he has on his belt, pops out 3 gold, hands it to you. Says, may our paths cross again?
Before I go, any news from what happened down here last night?
You're looking at the news. We're just trying to pick up the pieces. I know that the ships that we're in cut more and sailed out to sea, a lot without paying the dock fee. So that's all. I'm sorry. I wish I had more. We're just trying to pick up the pieces.
I appreciate the job, Jimmy. If you ever see a Zuri, charge him twice. I'll walk away and go back.
Nice. Lomar, what are you doing?
I have woken up and I'm sitting up against the wall outside of my door, kind of like the hungover, grab your knees and kind of feel sick to your stomach, but starting to rally and stand up, and I start to make my way down to the bar to order something greasy.
Okay. So as you come down the stairs, you smell that familiar smell of eggs and bacon and all the good, welcoming aromas of breakfast. And when you round the sort of bend in the stair, you notice that Thalgri and Thalgrev, from what you see, have been up all night preparing this feast for you guys. Just eggs and porridges and breads and bacon and other salted meat to prepare for you. And you're the first one downstairs. So what you see them just behind the bar, still kind of pulling things together.
I walk up to the stool and I have a seat. I would love some of that bacon.
You see Thogry look over his shoulder.
Bacon and eggs.
Yeah, bacon and eggs coming up. You see him put a huge thing of eggs and then grabs a huge handful of bacon, puts on 2 big pieces of buttered bread and slides it onto the bar. Says, yeah, on us. Thank you.
Can I get an ale too?
Right away. Thogra, can you help the man? And you see his daughter leave the stove and head up and grab an ale and put it on there as well. And she just kind of says, thanks.
I'm at the bar drinking coffee. Just give you a nod.
Coffee a thing?
Yeah.
Or
Change the ale to coffee. I didn't think coffee was a thing.
I come downstairs.
Or a coffee-like drink.
A coffee like drink.
Yeah, coffee-like drink.
I clap Lomar on the back
Thank you, John.
and say, well, you sleep well, Lomar?
I don't recall falling asleep. I recall waking up outside of my door, and now I'm here.
Nice.
It's a stretch of time.
That was happening and it's just gone.
I don't recall.
Yeah, that sounds about right for you.
While you guys are talking, you hear Thogry go, hey, Catman, you want something for breakfast?
do one of like
Yeah.
I've seen everyone do this.
Yeah, take one.
Small stones to you. To let you know that these will light up a 5-foot radius for you.
Can you do a sleight of hand check?
Yeah. 6.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to sneak in.
No. That's I wasn't. That's not what it was. So Bruce, you notice Zlatan slide 2 stones over to Lomar while you're sitting there drinking your coffee. And then as you Thogry notices that now Fuzzy Knuckles and Bruce Cannon are coming up to the bar, so he's slinging plates across. You have these mountains of eggs and bacon and bread in front of you at this point.
And let me know when you use
So Bielsa wakes up, goes downstairs, looks over at the bar, notices Bruce, but then goes outside to survey where she lost consciousness, try and see what's happening outside.
Sure, roll a perception.
those things. I have all that to
A minute late.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, what you see in front of you is a scene of a small fight right outside the tavern. The skeletons are still sitting on the ground, immobile. You see Nice Watch moving around, still up after the whole night, trying to help whatever citizens they can. And you notice an odd symbol etched onto the skull of one of the skeletons closest to the tower.
I go over and try and check it out, get a good try memory of it.
Okay. Second. So this is the symbol that you see on the back. Skeleton's head.
Can I also grab a piece of the skeleton, maybe a finger bone or something, to try to take away with me?
Yeah, definitely. At this point, skeletons are inanimate. They provide no resistance to you snapping off small bones. Which one are you planning on taking?
Take the pinky.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, you don't even need to worry about it. It would be a straight success. So, yeah, you now have the pinky bone of one skeleton, so you can add it to your stuff.
Are you making a necklace?
Talvari, what are you doing?
Waking up late, I'll come downstairs and sort of in a hurry, Talvari
One of the things
comes up to the bar, sees that there's this feast prepared,
Is
and
it something that you can trigger or I can
quickly
trigger?
grabs a piece of toast and says, "Salgri, is it alright if I take this?"
Talvari looks over your shoulder as he still wakes up. Yeah, do you want anything else? And before you can even answer, he throws a whole plate onto the bar that's eggs, bacon, bread, puts a mug of ale down. Stolbrook, coffee for the man!
So you have
Just this is fine. I'll slide this down to these guys. Did you guys dream all right?
Beautiful dreams.
Good, good.
I recall nothing.
And then quickly stuffs the toast in his mouth and out the door towards the Temple of the Nine.
Sounds good.
Where's he going?
What you gonna get?
Tavari.
Tavari!
Yeah?
Amelia, what are you doing?
Are you going out to town?
I see you back. So I wake up, smell the eggs and bacon. Are there any bricks in the room?
So the tavern is
I'll make you a cup of
timber,
tea.
so it's wooden plastered, not real bricks around.
Do I have any ink or paint
Just go
or anything at my disposal?
Well, I
You can check your equipment and see if you do, but there wouldn't be anything in the room.
Damn it.
Would you be able to
Alright,
give
so
us
I'll
something
look in
by
the mirror and
the
I'll mess
blacksmith
my
really
hair up.
quickly?
And I'm like,
Whatever we can do for
I
him.
can't believe
Alright,
this is
yeah, that
real
sounds
life.
good. Thank you.
I can't believe this is real
I'm
life.
gonna go with Tavari.
My
and,
mom, my
see
brothers,
the blacksmith.
my sisters,
Okay.
all gone. And I start getting pumped. I don't think I can like rip anything or make paint or anything, but in my mind, I'm getting ready for battle and I'm angry and I'm scared and sad and all the things. And I fling open the door, grab all my stuff. I'm like, Valkyrie! And I come down the stairs and I'm like, Valkyrie!
Before you even round the corner, he's already putting a plate of food.
Oh,
And he says, Amelia, I heard. It's terrible news. Terrible news.
Valkyrie, what am I going to do?
I wish I had that answer. I wouldn't be running the tavern if I did.
All of them are missing. Every one of them. Even Tim and
All the Franks.
Sarah.
All of them.
All the Franks. The little Franks. The big Franks. And
No, you rest now. You rest now. You have some breakfast and we'll sort it out in the morning.
so Thorgri, I need a favor from you.
Yes.
I can give you, my word and everything, but do you think I can borrow some money so I can get some potions later from Jeppa?
I'll tell you what. Speak with Jeff. Tell her it's on my tab. We'll take care of it after. We'll figure it out.
Bless you, bless you. I'll make this right. I'll figure a way. I'll make it all right.
Miss Grovetree, you are surrounded by friends who I'm sure will be more than happy. Take a bite of breakfast. So at this point,
I don't know you well, but I'm willing to help.
to keep continuity in the
Yes.
timeline here, this is the moment that Tolvari is now stepping towards the threshold on his pathway out of the inn. to
I'm
examine the
with
threshold.
Tavari.
Okay. So you're following Tolvari?
No, Tavari and I are going out together.
Sounds good. Walking through the town to head up to the Temple of the Nine.
Yes. Along the way, we'd like to stop by an apothecary and a blacksmith.
Are we all together?
No,
Or
Right now, no,
Right,
it's just these two.
Oh, okay.
So,
are we waiting for somebody to come this morning?
I take my
Like,
plate,
something that happened last
my
night.
coffee, and I
swear
move
was
over
like-
next to the two of them.
What?
Thomas?
Somebody's
Anthony?
come to like help us go get your things.
Oh. Did that happen?
That happened last night. Did you say somebody? I thought they were gonna like, hey, I'll see you in the morning.
the town's guard just said, "Hey, here's the news. We'll try and help you
I
out
swear.
in the morning."
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I'm with
But Jepper's gonna help us out with potions.
Momar, you slid closer now to them.
Yeah, I picked up my plate and my coffee, and I moved over towards Millie and Bruskin, and I said, "So, have you lost some family, or is something?"
All my family. Your mother, Jim, Tim, Mary, Frank. All of them, Frank. Big Frank, Frank Jr., even little Frank, he's gone. In my twin. No.
So many people you got.
My little brother Billia. Yeah.
So you've lost a
I love
lot of family.
I love it.
All of them.
That's why she's laughing.
All of them. The night's watchman Thomas, he's my friend. He said they're gonna help look for him too, but we should look for him. And I want to make this right. I love this town. I love my family. I love my friends. We have to make it right. We have to figure out who did this. I don't know how they could storm the Night's Watchmen. They're on every corner and everything, and all the skeletons and all the little bimblies came in and killed everybody. There was only seconds of that that bell, the 3 bells rang, that's it. That's the only warnings we got. We have to go find who did this. I think somebody did it with magic. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think it has to be magic, but we found out last night from the guard that they attacked all of the gates simultaneously.
So my family's farm is right outside these gates, down the
Which gate?
road that leads
It could be these.
east of the city.
So it came from the east gate.
And from the east gate, they had to attack the farm, which is a mile away.
Yeah, sure.
A mile away from the east gate, so that means they came from the. There's the forest, right?
There is.
There's the.
Yeah. So you would know, being
I can't
especially,
remember.
yep, especially being a ranger, you would know that no more than a day plus a little of travel would take you to the edge of the deadwood.
Okay.
Like the edge leading into the Deadwood or out of?
Into.
Okay.
Bunch of farms and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I thought.
Mhm.
My family's farm sits right near the east.
You'd be a mile. So your farm, from what you described, would be a mile outside of town, which would be obviously not very close to the deadwood. You're close enough to town that getting there and coming back to farm to if you're selling goods or need to run to town for an errand wouldn't be an all-day excursion. But you're certainly far enough from the deadwood or from the village of Tarn that you would always go to Lund versus going to that further village.
So they hit your farm first and then traveled a mile to here.
Yes, that's what Thomas told me, that they're all gone. He said he wasn't sure of tracks or anything, but I want to go there. But I have to get potions first because I'm going to fight these bastards. I'm not letting them get away with killing or I hope they're not dead. Taking all my family away from me. That's all I have is this village and the friends and my family, and they mean the world to me. And I have to go kill them. I have to go get my family back and kill them all. Sorry, now I'm Australian.
No. So Telvari and Zlatan, you guys walk out of the tavern and you see Biasna crouched down over one of these skeletons that's relatively close to the door. You can't. Well, actually, both of you guys roll perception. See if you can tell what she's doing. Yeah,
I
nothing.
see nothing.
The light hits your eyes from being drunk, and you're just like, oh,
That's
blimey.
alright.
Passive
Telvari.
perception is 14.
So as you
What's
guys
your
walk
passive?
outside, Telvari's is 9. So as you guys walk outside, you notice Telvari is because it's a crit fail, is blinded by that kind of morning light
Yeah.
coming across. But Zlatan, you notice that as you walk out the door, you see Biasna putting her hand into her pocket. But you don't see what she's holding.
Biasna,
Yes, what?
have you found anything, any clues from last night?
There are a few things I need to research, yes.
Would you be willing to share that information with us afterwards?
Oh, absolutely, yes. No, I need to go find the closest source of knowledge in this Lund town. There's things I need to research.
I actually, myself and Omar graduated from the academy recently, the university.
Yes, I heard.
We might be able to help you.
Yes, of course, it'd be a great learning opportunity.
If you're feeling up to it, of course. Are you feeling better?
Yes. So Bruce made a mention about something. I need to check with him when I see him next, but I may need to consult with you afterwards.
Not sure what about. Just want to make sure you're okay.
I'm great, thank you very much, Talvari.
Telvar is the name.
Talvari.
Healing people's the game.
Can I roll a history knowledge check on the I saw?
Do a history check.
What are you in certified?
18.
You do not know the symbol.
Okay.
Did you say the viewers?
So would this be considered lore by chance?
No.
Where are you all headed anyway?
Well, we were gonna go to the Temple of the Nine, but all along the way we were gonna go to a apothecary as well as the blacksmith.
Fascinating. So am I able to join you?
just trying to help as many people as we can.
10 above the 9. And what is that for?
See what Tom Dahl needs. If there's anybody in town that needs help, we're gonna.
If they have any information on where this attack might have come from, or if there are any enemies of the town that might have sent this, or if it was dark magic.
Yes, I will need to come with you. Fantastic. Lead the way, please.
Okay, and with that, we'll take a quick break.
It's epic.
It makes me so happy.
So good. It's so good.
Let's get these just like
this spot on.
Welcome back. So where we left off with our party, it was Telvari and Zlatan heading to the Temple of the Nine when they came across Brao'Drana, who was in the courtyard outside of the Captain Custard Pot, examining the skeletons that were still left behind from the previous night's combat. Inside of the tavern, with the rest of the party, enjoying a long breakfast, talking about the day to come, plans ahead, and trying to console Billy Grovetree over the news of the disappearance of her mother and siblings. So, to pick up, Telvari and Zlatan, you guys are still outside near Brao'Drana. What is your plan moving forward? What are your characters doing now?
Wait, Osno, were you able to discern where the skeletons came from based on your investigation of their body?
Yes, no, I've taken part of their body with me so that way I can try to better understand what they came from and where they came from. Perhaps trying to find someone here who might know something. And then there's a symbol as well. Perhaps you may know it. Am I commercial?
Yeah, definitely.
May I see the
I'll
symbol
show
as
you my
well?
symbol.
Show them the real thing.
I show.
Oh.
Do you happen to know it?
And
So both of you guys roll history check.
investigation?
This would just be
History
knowledge.
first.
Just
Because so the way that it plays out in my mind is that as a student of the university, you're starting.
yeah,
to
I'd
think,
rather that. I would
Have I seen this in a book? Have I seen this in a scroll?
Investigation would be like.
That'd be
oh,
intelligence
that's a
or
symbol.
wisdom.
History is intelligence. Yes, history is intelligence.
18.
Okay. So Telvari, you definitely don't know anything about it. When you look at it, you're just like,
Oh,
what?
wait.
No. Adjusting.
No, 18. 20.
20. Okay. Non-natural. Yes.
Yes, not natural.
So you don't know the symbol, but you definitely know the writing style as being eldritch in nature.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
What was
you're
that?
So you don't know what the symbol represents or what it leads to or who it's connected to or anything like that. However, you notice that just from the style of the symbol that it is eldritch in nature.
So, sorcerer type?
Your knowledge of it wouldn't go that deep.
Okay.
You just know that it is a symbol pertaining to eldritch magic.
Alright. Bayazno.
Yes.
Upon looking at this, I don't really know much history about this, but I do recognize the symbol from one of the Eldritch books I was reading back at the university.
Eldritch.
Eldritch.
Do I know Eldritch?
You would know that term, yeah, from being a student.
Well, that's certainly helpful there, Sultan. Fantastic. And you all are going to the Temple of the Nine as well.
That's the plan. I'd like to help as many people in town as I can, and then see what we can do. You know, just
So as you guys are talking, the Night's Watchman, Tom, who you guys wouldn't know by name, but you notice a town's watchman walking up to you, and he sees you guys talking, and he looks down at the skull which you all are looking at, and he says, y'all talking about that mark on the back of their skull?
Yes, do you happen to know it?
I don't know it, but I can tell you it's on every skull of every skeleton we've seen in town.
Every one?
Every one that I've seen, yes.
Any slight changes?
No changes. He looks over at it, at the skeleton's eldritch marking, and goes, nah, that's it. As soon as by Tia's own words, that's the same mark I've seen on every skeleton in town.
Yes, I'll need to find a library or some source of location where I can speak to someone about this.
He chuckles a little bit. There's no library in town, but you can certainly go into the temple and ask Tom if he's got any books or scrolls on it, but you won't find a library here. Nearest library will be in Renwick, all the way up the coast.
The coast?
Up the coast, yes ma'am.
That's certainly inconvenient.
Well, not many readers in these parts.
Well, the Temple of the Nine must do for now. Well, did you all want to make any stops before we get there?
Yes, the apothecary and the blacksmith.
You hear a whistle just kind of from a distance, and you see Tom looking at this. All right, that's me. Best of luck. Let us know if you find anything. Yeah?
Thanks,
Any heads up?
Tom.
Yeah, alright. What's your name?
Telvari.
Tavari.
Let anyone
Really,
else
to
in
meet
town
you.
know that if they need help, they come to me.
Yeah.
I'll do what I can.
Where can they find you there? Telvari?
Telvari, yeah.
Alright.
I guess I'll be at the Temple of the Nine, right?
Okay, Temple of the Night, right? Alright, yeah. Alright, Telvari. We'll send them your way. Everyone's just picking up pace at the moment, but we'll let you know, for sure. Yeah, alright. And you see Tom walk off. Latan, where's your character?
Pushing down.
I would like to go to the apothecary and purchase some potions.
Okay, so you know the streets of Lund well, having been a graduate of the university and traveling back and forth to this town now for the last 5 years of your education. And you know Jepper's Oddities shop extremely well, as it's not only the best magic shop in the town, but it is also where a familiar acquaintance of yours happens to work, named Leona Lightfingers. A small, gnomish woman with dark hair and blue eyes, who, as soon as you open the door to Jepper's Oddities, you recognize immediately. And just for keeping it straight in my head, what is the walking order that you guys have as you're going through town? The streets are fairly narrow, think European cities.
I'd be leading because I'm leading us to Jeffers.
So who's following Sam first?
That's not
Why
my
don't you go
I'm
ahead?
sorry. So who's following Zlatan?
That's
I'll be following Zoltan.
And Telvari bringing up the rear.
Okay, sounds good. So Zlatan walks through the door of Jepper's Oddities. As he opens the door, you hear this ding, 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 ding. It's the bell ringing as you open up the door.
And I start looking at some of the stuff around, and then go up to the counter and yell,
Before you can even get to the counter, Leona jumps onto you and wraps her arms around your neck. She says, Zlatan! You made it through the night! I didn't think I'd see you again.
Yes, Leona. Leona.
Yoda.
She lets go a little bit. You know my name, right?
Yeah.
Roll a person.
No, wait. Persuasion, I got 13.
Okay, yeah. She's persuaded that you become her name. She's like, oh, it's just great to see you again.
It's
And she lets go and heads into the back room to continue tinkering on stuff.
Alright. Leona.
She peeps her head out from around the corner. Oh, yeah?
I'm looking to pick up a couple things. Do you think you'd be able to help me and my friends?
It depends. To be honest, we're very light at the moment. The town's watch took a lot of what we had to administer aid to those of the town. I can look around in the storeroom and see what we have. But you're catching us at a bad time. What can I try and help you with?
One moment.
And she looks around. She sees the two of you in the back. She's, yes, friends of Zlatan's. Can I help you with anything?
Yes, well, do you happen to have any healing potions here?
Healing potions are going to be hard to come by right now. We don't have any currently in stock. I can make one for you, but it'll take at least a day, and it's going to cost you quite a bit. We're low on everything at the moment. It's poor timing for business, unfortunately.
Leona, do you have some willow bark that I could use, as well as some leaves?
What type of leaves? Any in particular?
Let's go with some maple leaves.
Maple leaves.
Yes.
She turns, and on the back wall of Jeffers Oddity's shop is a slew of small drawers. Think like an old library card system. And she's scurrying up a ladder, sliding down the wall, looking and looking and looking, finds the willow bark, pulls it out, she says, yeah, we've got willow bark. Takes it, sets it on the counter.
What was the other
pound? A pound. She goes back up the ladder, takes out some more, takes it down, puts it on top of a little brass scale that's on the counter. Yeah, okay, a little bit over a pound, but gotcha.
Thank you.
Takes it off, puts it on the counter. Well, what was the other thing? Sorry, brain's a bit scattered this morning.
Some leaves.
Leaves, any type?
Well, do you have any banana leaves?
Banana leaves? No. We haven't had a shipment from Tekos in quite a while.
All right, then I will take willow leaf or
I think you said maple leaves.
maple leaf.
Maple leaves, yeah. She goes
Yeah.
back up the ladder, slides down, follows the door. We don't have many. How much you need?
How much you have?
Probably less than a quarter of a pound.
I'll take it.
Yeah, all of it?
All of it.
Right. Grabs it, shuts the drawer, writes a little 8-6 on it, comes down, puts it on.
And then, do you have any poppy seeds?
Poppy seed. She looks around, she looks up at the drawer. She already sees poppy seed with an 8-6 on it. She says, no, I'm sorry, out of poppy seeds.
All right, thank you.
Of course.
That's all I'll take for now.
Okay, wonderful. So willow bark and the maple leaves.
Oh, and some. Oh, what am I saying? I need some glass vials.
Oh, glass vials. Yeah, just behind you on the wall there.
All right.
How many you need?
Can I get 12?
You definitely can. Let me check in with Jeff real quick.
I'm sorry, I just overheard that you're out of poppy seeds. Did the baker Lorinda stop by and buy those poppy seeds?
No, Loretta hasn't been by today. She hadn't picked up any of the poppy seeds from us.
Great. Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Are you heading to her bakery later today?
That's the plan.
She turns around and picks up a bag, which inside of it has some chocolates and some fresh fruit. She wraps it up. She says, do you mind taking this to it for me?
It'd be my pleasure.
Hands it to you. It's a very small bag. Oh, there you go.
I stare very curiously at Talbari's compassion.
So Leona looks back at you. Zlatan says, all right, yeah, for the bark leaves, you said 12 vials, yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, so 2 gold then, please.
2 gold?
Yes, please.
All right, I
Right.
can give that to you right now.
Thank you very much. We can wrap them for you so that the glass vials aren't quite as breakable. I don't know if you have room in the bag with the added packaging.
Yes, I do have a room in my bag.
Right, yes. So she goes to setting about wrapping it, and as she's doing that, around, or pulling aside, I'm sorry, the sort of drapery that breaks the room up within the doorway, comes a very lovely young gnome with dark golden hair, average in height, with green eyes, kind of tied up into this sort of messy bun on the top of her head. And within that messy golden hair are flowers and leaves and branches kind of tucked in not a random way, but certainly in a way that it looks like she took some time to do this morning. Wearing a green dress, and she says, oh, hello everybody. My name is Jeff T. Whistle. Welcome to my shop. I see a lot of people not being helped. Can I help you?
Yes, fantastic. Do you have phosphorescent moss?
Oh, phosphorescent moss. She looks up at the. Yeah, one second. She goes up the ladder, pulls it open. She's not much, just a pinch.
I'll take the pinch.
Yep, pinch it is. Here you go. On the house, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you. And a pinch of salt by chance.
Pinch of salt. Yeah. She pulls open the salt, takes the salt, puts it in a little tiny glass vial, caps it. There you go. So it stays dry.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much. What do I owe you?
Nothing for a student of the university. It's on the house.
Oh, no. Please, I'm not a student of the university.
Oh, but you wear the robes of a student of the university.
Yes, well, it's an unfortunate situation that occurred. However, I will happily
Say no
pay
more.
you.
Say no more. So 1 silver is plenty. We'll
Yes,
cover the
please.
bottom.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
May I get a liter of fish oil?
Fish out of fish oil. Out of fish oil at the moment. Sorry.
For a watchman.
So that was Jepper as Leona's sitting there wrapping up stuff.
All right.
She now finishes and hands you the 12 vials that have been wrapped carefully in
Cool.
cloth, and handing you that and saying,
All right.
"Sorry about fish oil. Maybe tomorrow."
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You sir, anything that we can get for you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Just the information, and I'm happy to make this delivery for you.
Thank you very much. I know she's going to be very appreciative. She has a couple of loaves that are going to be made tomorrow with the fresh fruit that we're very much looking forward to. Wonderful. Thank you again.
My pleasure.
Sounds genuinely excited about those loaves.
Oh, great.
Okay.
You haven't had a bread.
Zlatan,
Fresh
Talbari,
loaves tomorrow.
and Biasmus. Anything else you guys want to do in Jepper's oddities? All good?
Yeah, all good.
Okay. So I'm going to shift this back to the tavern of the Cat in the Custard Pot. to Bruskinen, Francesco, Milia, and Lomar. What are you guys up to at the moment?
I guess it's we're still eating breakfast.
Well,
So at this point,
Do we
we'll say that some time has passed and
Yeah.
you guys have finished breakfast. And we'll just sort of situate you guys right now around the fire, which Thalgri and his daughter Thalgra have been stoking for you to keep it going. Even in the summer months, a fire in the hearth is tradition here in Lund. And so you're just sort of sitting around the fire, each taking a chair, just talking about last night and talking about what you want to do next. Or really whatever topics you say you would like to talk about.
Would it be normal for like somebody to be, I guess,
Smoking?
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Alright, yeah, my guy's just like smoking his little hand rolled cigarette, and
Sure.
just staring into the fire. Sorry, that's the end. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Is your name Fuzzy Fist?
Fuzzy Knuckles, but close enough.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Milia. I don't think we've been acquainted.
Oh, Milia, of course. Did we meet the night before? I don't remember.
You guys would have crossed paths, but the night before was mostly you doing a somersault into the bar and throwing a gold coin into a mug from the entranceway. And
It's a very long
then
somersault.
everything kind of unraveled.
Okay.
Milia.
Sorry, Milia.
Fuzzy Knuckles.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Milia. You're Fuzzy Knuckles.
I've seen you around here. Been to this port many a times. Aboard my ship, the HMS Jackie Daytona.
I know. This is the only time I've ever seen you sit still. You're not jumping from the top of the trees to the sails and stuff.
Got all my energy out last night, but I am starting to really awaken.
So, guys, men, gentlemen, what are we going to do? What happened last night? What was this?
Well,
This-
I'm not sure.
Fuzzy Knuckles and I spoke to a guard and they didn't seem to know.
They said they attacked all the gates at once.
Yeah, well, they attacked my family farm and all of my brothers and sisters and my mother's missing.
I
All of them.
I think we should plan to go to your family house
Yes.
and look for them.
So Thalgri said I could use his tavern, maybe stop by Jebba's, the apothecary in town, and maybe we can get some kind of health potion since none of us are skilled in these things.
As you guys are talking, Thalgri brings over just a round of tea this time. He says, here you go, everyone. I know it's been a long day. A
Thalgri,
bit of herbal tea.
Isn't it?
bless you.
Long night. Excuse me.
Okay.
Bless you, Thalgri.
So I think that's where Talvari and Platon went, was over to Jumpers.
No, I hope they didn't buy them all out.
Did anybody talk to them before they left?
I don't know them very well.
But
No, I know.
potions aside, do you want to go to your family house? Should we plan for something like that?
Yes. I want to see what happened exactly. Maybe I can, fit some puzzle pieces together. Maybe we can track and see if they came from the
Well,
Deadwood or.
Honestly, Millie, I don't think you should be playing games in this case, puzzles or otherwise. I think we should look for your family. And that's what
Love it. Can you do a performance check?
I do performance check?
Performance check.
that's my actual person.
I know.
Yeah, we all see if the joke lands.
Everybody stands up. That's good.
What'd you get?
19.
Nice.
Plus a couple. I got
Okay, so like over 20.
Yeah.
So yeah, your joke lands very well, and everyone around.
What
the
I'm trying
fire
to say
laughs.
to the DM is I wasn't joking.
Yeah. Well, performance-wise, everyone laughs. So.
Why is everybody laughing?
Sid.
I was about to get crazy.
So do you think we should head off to Jeppers to meet them, or should we wait here because this is the last place that we spoke to them? I did not get to speak to them. Except
Do you
for Zlatan saying that they were
know
leaving.
anybody in that troop?
I don't know any of them. I'd rather go to Jebba's and see. Thalgri said I could use some of his, put some stuff on his tab, and I think we need it if we need to. What if they're still on the farm? What if they're
I
around the
feel
woods?
you should hurry.
Okay.
Running
I'm really
errands.
fast.
Running errands while your family is potentially missing is probably not smart.
It seems sociopath.
I will.
So- Hold on. So between
Should they convince me?
that's what I'm getting ready to do. So between Lomar and Bruskin, who has the higher charisma?
I have a plus one.
I'm negative 1.
So aiding Lomar. So roll with advantage.
Aiding with a -1.
So no, just aiding in general. So roll with advantage and just do a straight int roll.
Am I
Nope.
rolling charisma?
Just
You're rolling
intuition.
persuasion.
Intelligence.
Persuasion, sorry.
Oh.
With advantage?
With advantage, yep.
10.
3.
Wow. Yeah, so hearing the two of them talk to you about the dire nature of the circumstance, you begin to come around to their persuasive argument that maybe stopping by Jeffers now is not the right thing to do, and that maybe heading straight to the farm is correct.
You're right. What am I thinking? I don't know what I'm thinking. We need to go to the farm.
Brilliant.
You
I
have
like the cut of your jib, Bruce. It's a saying. I learned it in school. I'm not sure I'm using it correctly. When in Rome.
Roll
We're not
a.
we are in London.
We're in Lund.
What is wrong?
What is Rome?
When in
What's this Rome?
maybe Rome.
Anyhow,
Rome.
Interesting.
you had a friend. I think the more the merrier on this adventure we're gonna go on. Would your friend help?
He would typically. He's not here. And that's the only
Well,
thing.
I don't want to.
We need
Okay.
them. We need them.
I think
I don't know how long he's going to be gone, is the only thing I'm saying.
We have to carry out my whole family. It's gonna take a lot of us.
okay.
That's accurate.
Let's go to the farm.
So are you guys leaving now to head off to the farm?
I really want.
Well, you know where they are.
I want
Why
a
don't you
weapon
go
that's
grab
not
that?
the stick. So
What?
I need to go to a blacksmith.
Do you typically carry a weapon?
No.
Oh. So you just want something heavy?
I want something that I can smash better with. This is a stick.
But you convinced me to go to the farm, and now you want to go find weapons.
I will be of more use.
At my farm, we have weapons if the skeletons didn't take them.
No. Your errands are not important. His are.
No, I just realized I have a stick.
No, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
So at this point, Thorny walks over and he's like, "All right, so what can I do for you? We're hanging. What's the deal here?"
Should we head off to the farm, the four of us, and then leave a note for the three of them to join us? Or do we wait? Or do we run errands?
The 4. I have to get back to my ship.
No.
You shall not leave right now.
Fuzzy
He's
mittens.
fuzzy. He's not with us.
Fuzzy mittens, you're coming with us.
Fuzzy knuckle.
Fuzzy, no. I'm sorry, sir.
No, he's with us at the bar. Yeah, he's at the
Oh
bar.
yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't think
Your
the
ship is
ship's-
burnt.
What?
All
The HMS Jackie Daytona is no more.
It's in a
Indeed.
house.
Dude, let's bolt out the door.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Where do you go? Not good.
This is
Yeah,
home.
no. Go. Do your thing.
Just
So
run down to the
so
dock.
you bolt out the door. Do a athletics check. We'll see what happens as you first go.
Yes. Great.
Okay.
7.
Yeah, so you're bounding through the streets. You stumble from time to time to don't fall, but you're making your way down these cobble streets. You're just sprinting with just that deep, like gasping breath of someone who's afraid of what's around the corner.
Is he all on fours?
How does your character run, Andrew? Do you run on all fours or do you run standing up? Are you a cat man or a man cat?
I guess on all 4s, yeah.
Okay, so you're
So
running.
just like,
Yes, you're going. You're booking right now around the corner, and as you round the edge of the cliff, your paws dig into the gravel. You come to a full stop as you see all of the ships have left the docks alone.
I guess he just kind of sits down on his hindquarters and
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
So does the cat jump in the water?
Kills himself.
Well,
He pulls out a cucumber and drops it behind himself.
You said pure Constitution.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay, yeah, 14. I just got the meow whale.
So yeah, so you sit there, and as your eyes look across the sea, you begin to cry. At the sight of home, the only home you've known since you were very little, no longer there.
Since you were a
And
kid.
you're tethered to the world now, adrift. No pun intended.
I guess he's just gonna sit there and stare for a couple minutes, and if nobody comes down, then he's just gonna like turn and walk slowly back to the inn.
Does
There's nowhere
anybody
else to go.
Did anyone follow?
Would we have seen?
I
You
would
guys
have
are
Bruce like,
nowhere
what
near
the
it.
fuck
No,
is
nowhere
happening?
near it.
No, we just.
Well, he does let out like a big caterwailing wail though.
Yeah, you'd be too far away from you to hear it though.
I reach over
A
and
cat
slide his eggs.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so we'll leave that scene where it is for a second. We'll head back to Bayazna, Zlatan, and Tavari. You guys are walking out of Brao'Drana's shop now, heading back into the town square. As you leave the shop, you see more and more people starting to emerge from homes, digging around their houses, starting to try and piece back together whatever parts of their lives fell apart in the night. So, all right, what do you do coming out of the shop last?
Well, I know you wanted to make one more stop at the blacksmith, and we wanted to see if we could help Tom Dahl, but I have a package to deliver. Would you guys mind if I stop and deliver this? It's the least I can do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is there no sense of urgency around the symbol?
Well, if we don't know what it is, then who can we talk to about who knows what it is?
And
Fucking brilliant. It's just, dude, fuck.
Well, this
we are making.
Fucking inspiration to have. Oh my
Are we
God.
dropping our first bottle?
Dropping our first bottle cap. That is solid. I don't know who talks about what the hell's known. Who talk about?
There are known knowns. There are known unknowns. There are unknown unknowns.
That didn't make all the way, sorry. Yeah, man. Inspiration. Oh my goodness. That was amazing.
He's earned some goodwill with that at the Temple of the Nine, so it might make sense for us to help him so that he can get us in with better graces to the temple.
This is quite unfortunate. This is an extreme sense of urgency. We have no clue what this is. It's on all of them. But fine, Telvari, please. Escort us on this lovely adventure of yours to deliver this package.
I appreciate it.
So you heading to the bakery?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Lorentha's bakery is in the same market district. It's just fairly near Pepper's Oddity shop. You see it kind of through the sort of maze of different carts and tents and market stalls that have been set up and left vacant at this point with all their goods emptied. But you can still see her bakery through this sort of maze of market ahead of you. As you approach it, the sort of wonderful smell of fresh baked bread begins to filter in to the city air, the town air, as you approach this bakery that you know very well from having spent time there, not only as a student at the university, but in your time in Lund. It's a place that you've become familiar with as well as with the baker herself.
So I guess I will lead the two of them down there, and I assume it's still looking well if the aroma is in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Lori, I smell you're doing well.
So you open the door with that phrase, and as soon as you step inside, can I have Bayazna and Zlatan roll a perception check?
Or?
Ooh.
Run to the door.
No, your passive is 11, so it's okay.
14.
So as you guys walk in, you notice that, and this is the first time you guys have been in this bakery, the two of you, you notice that as you walk through the door, that once you step into the bakery, everything seems to just like scale down. Very small instruments, very small ovens, very small trays. And as Talvari calls out to Lori, you hear faint footsteps, and a small female mouse folk leaps onto the counter and says, "Talvari! Welcome back to the bakery!"
Thanks for having me, Lorenzo. These are my friends, Zlatan and Biasma.
It's so nice to meet both of you. And her small mouse tail kind of whips back and forth a couple of times. And says, "Welcome to my bakery. I promise the food I make is big enough for the two of you as well."
I notice that my stomach is grumbling from smells and sights, and ask what I can order.
So Lori looks at you and says, "We've got everything that you want. We've got croissants that are available. We have vodka. We have honey bakes. We've got morning buns. We've got, what would you like?"
You said honey base?
"Yes, honey bakes.
I'll take 2 honey base.
2 honey bakes, yeah." And she hops down, scurries back through a small door, and 2 more small mouse folk pop out carrying a small tray with 2 very large
Oh
honey
my
bakes.
god, this is so cute!
Love it.
Her breads are as big as her heart. I swear.
Lori gives you the back and she's like, "Thank you very much."
Yes, and what do I owe you this?
10 coppers off.
10 coffee, fantastic to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What's in the bag there, Tabari? What's that?
I have a parcel from Jeppers.
What's in my chocolate?
Chocolate, fruit, it smells great. I hope you can do wonders with this.
I will certainly try. I know that you in particular like the chocolate vodka.
You know me too well.
This is what the chocolate is for. So maybe tomorrow, we'll see. The busy days here in London.
Well, I do have bad news.
Oh, no.
Lori. I know that I promised I would come and help you here at the shop, but I just get the sense that with what happened last night, and I'm glad you're okay, but I just feel like I'm not going to be able to come here and work for you.
Oh, that is very sad indeed, Tabari. You've always been very helpful to us, especially reaching stuff up on the high shelves. Takes a few of us normally.
Well, you do make do. I'm gonna miss you. I'm just worried that these people need me more right now.
Don't worry about us. You know us, mouse folk. We'll find a way. We'll find a way.
You do, in the tightest of spaces.
In the tightest of spaces, indeed.
Cheers, Lori. I'm sorry to let you down, but I will be back.
Oh, you've never let me down before. My door is always open.
So you're saying you're back.
And with that, the mouse folk, Lori, looks around the room and notices one happy customer has tried to break eye contact with Kovari here, fighting back tears. Zlatan, what are you doing?
Are we ready to go to the blacksmith now?
I'll pick up that mouse folk and like.
That's adorable.
Yeah, we can go now.
Thank you.
As you guys are walking out of the shop, you hear Lori being like, "Nice job, everybody! Nice job! Nice job! All right, in the back! In the back!" You see them all disappear back behind the small door. So you guys heading to the blacksmith now? Okay. So the blacksmith is a bit of a walk across town. So while you guys are traveling across London, let me do 2 things real quick. So as you guys are crossing through town, a tall female. Actually, you know what? Let me do this before I start to give away anything. Can I have who's leading the way across town here?
I want to go to the blacksmith.
Yes,
so I guess I'm
You
really.
know where it is, yeah.
Okay. Who's behind?
I figured they're both behind me equally.
Okay, so maybe just shoulder to shoulder walking.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys are crossing through town, and you're making your way through these kind of tight, twisting streets, while you're walking through the crowd, suddenly a shoulder thumps into your shoulders last time. Can you make a Constitution?
Is there general dishevelment, like people around, like hurt? Or
Not
is it more
hurt.
cleaned up?
It's not necessarily cleaned up. People are in the process of cleaning up. A lot of people are walking now from
19.
place to place.
Or, gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. So you shrug off the bump, and you hear what you see as this tall, light-haired female half-elf. She thumps into your shoulder and says, "Excuse me," and continues walking on.
I grab her arm.
Make a strength check.
5.
Okay. So you go to grab her arm, her hands grasp at the forearm, and she immediately, with a quickness that is belied by her age in her face, whips her arm around, says, "Dare touch me again."
I will if you touch me again.
Roll an intimidation check.
$15.
Okay. Your words have no effect on her. However, she kind of looks you up and down and says, "Not worth my time." Takes her cloak, slings it across her arm, and continues walking.
Cool.
Alright, so you guys continue on to the blacksmith?
Yep.
Tavari and Bayazin, you guys would have seen all this happening a few feet in front of you. Do you guys do anything?
No, I'm focused on as quickly as I can get to the temple.
I'm gonna reach forward and touch Zlatan on the shoulder and, again, speak without speaking, just directly into your head.
Okay, what was that about?
No idea.
So
Keep an eye out for it.
can with that ability, can they respond to you without talking?
Yes.
I think that.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too. I just wanted to make sure before.
I do not, but keep an eye out for that. For those who can.
Alright, you guys make your way across town towards Blacksmith's shop. Close to the inn. What are you guys doing currently? Lomar, what are you doing?
We decided we were gonna wait. I don't know where we landed, to be honest.
So
I don't know, Lomar. What do you think we should do?
to help you guys out, you were still debating. The last thing you decided to do was to head towards the farm, but the final comment we had prior to switching back into the second group was that you were waiting. That you were waiting to get more people, if I remember correctly. The video will tell us if we're wrong, but I think that was...
Lomar, you had mentioned your friend could help us. I think more help if an entire family disappears, that may be too much for us.
Well, we have Fuzzy Knuckles here. He can climb high.
Remember, he's not in the room.
Or he left off crying.
He's sitting right now. He's sitting right now crying in the room by himself.
Well, if Fuzzy Knuckles wants to join us, we could probably try to convince him to climb high and see if we can find your friends. I don't know these people.
Well, I know Zlatan was very, 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 very intent on getting to an alchemist and a blacksmith.
Probably done by now since we've been arguing all morning about what we're doing, and you convinced me to go to the farm, and now you don't want to go to the farm. You want to wait on people that I don't even know. So I don't know what to do other than go to the farm.
I don't disagree.
Bruce can in.
Me neither.
Bruce can in.
Me neither.
I think we need to head to the farm. Maybe we should find out if Fuzzy Knuckles would like to come. But I think that after that we go
I
quickly
know
and make
that
haste.
he ran to the docks. I can go get where I think he might be.
Go get him.
Okay.
Go stop him.
You go heading towards the docks.
I know it's going up the crest of the cliff.
So as you round the cliff, you see a dark-haired feline tabaxi sitting in the road, with his head in between his hands.
The ears are all tucked down.
Aww. I sit on the tail.
And
Actually, roll a.
I just did a Constitution.
Yeah, no, that's not what I was gonna say.
Perception to see if he.
No. Never mind. I can just narrate. You don't have to do anything. So as you come around the corner and you see him there, you see Fuzzy Knuckles, head down, ears tucked back, sucking on his tail, kind of nursing.
Super sad.
Oh my god.
I come up to him from behind and simply just give him a pat on the shoulder.
I want to pull my tail out of my mouth, but like crying.
Yeah, but you did.
Yeah,
Like,
good
little
sleight of
sleight of
hand.
hand,
Yeah, please.
Are you gonna screech him behind his ear?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing that.
18 plus
Yep.
6. So
Yeah,
I don't
24.
notice.
So as Bruce comes up, you very slyly kind of move your tail out and let it slap against the ground a couple of times,
Oh.
just to clear off any sign that you might have been.
Then I kind of stand up and I guess just try to make it look like I wasn't crying,
Sure.
but not.
Go ahead and roll a performance check.
Got all these wet eye boogies.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah. So as you're standing up,
I just think it's the
Just
most
immediately.
cold-hearted cat ever.
yeah, you're able to just really quickly,
Does not
like a
care.
cat would, just take your paws and rub your eyes so that they look clear. And as you turn your face to face Bruce, you look like you've just sort of been sitting.
And I
I just clear my throat right. So we were talking about going to a farm.
yeah, let's say so. Okay.
Still say it. Go ahead, man.
Well, now it's weird.
No, go ahead.
No, it's weird. You guys just took that away from me. I was like, I'm gonna say he stands up, he does these things. Oh, yeah, let's go.
Fair enough.
All I needed was the shoulder tap.
Yeah. Okay. Go back.
You guys head back to the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go back.
So you head back with Fuzz Knuckles and re-enter the tavern. At this point, Thalgreen and Thalgr are just cleaning up the breakfast that they've made and packing things up and taking care of the tavern and their normal day-to-day things at this point.
While we were walking, can I just grab one of the skeleton skulls, just stuff it into my sack?
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, he's got a personal vendetta against these guys now.
Yeah, man. I dig it. You grab one of the skulls and you put it into your bag.
Bruce, did it take a lot of argument to get him to come back?
I have not spoken.
Fuzzy Knuckles. See you here.
He was
He's
a
here?
pushover then.
Fuzzy Knuckles, do you
I have
want
not
to join
spoken.
us? To go check out my family's farm.
This might seem weird. Can I roll performance again, just because he's still trying to fight back being depressed?
Oh god.
One
Instead
of
of
those
performance,
guys.
do a Constitution check to see if you have the fortitude to hold back these tears.
home got burned down.
9.
Yeah, no, you start crying as soon as Millie asks you about what you want to do next. You can't. Walking back with Bruce, you felt like you owed it to yourself to remain stoic and holding back tears of this home that you've known for so long no longer being there. But as soon as you come back into the tavern, the moment overwhelms you as you're remembered and reminded of all of the pain from the night before, listening to Milia cry in the night about her family going missing, the news of the undead attacking the town. It's a moment that you simply can't continue this strong stoic front, and you begin to cry.
Okay, now I can say what I was gonna say.
I hope you say
Okay, now it can be consoling.
Okay.
Go ahead, Bruce.
I reach across the shoulder and I say, losing your home. Losing your home is just the beginning of finding a new one. And then that's it. Consoling. It's
Can we
close as
roll
I
for
can get.
friendship?
Ooh, crit fail.
That's it. No friendship.
That's a Mortal Kombat finisher.
I console him. That's the whole point.
So I see him cry, and I'm already like teary-eyed, and I say,
Do you know him like
Make
He's on this level.
animal handling check.
what is it?
I am incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're just like,
Yeah.
are we drinking? Like, what's going on?
I
It's
don't know what's
wisdom.
going on.
Wisdom.
Well, I rolled a 3, but I have a +4
Oh, no.
for animal handling,
Mhm.
so 7.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty low DC. You're consoling him and giving him a little scritch behind the ear, and Fuzzy is still crying and is still sad, but he from Bruce's words and the touch of a friend, he begins to feel a slight sense that things will probably be okay.
I reach my arms and bring it in for a group hug.
I'm good.
I finished my coffee. Right, should we go then?
So
Can we go then?
are we
Please.
going to the farm?
Yes.
I think we have enough. And we head towards the farm, which may be on the way to the.
So to cross town, you wouldn't be heading towards the
Okay.
temple. But heading across town is going to take you guys to get to the far eastern gate. So while you guys are traveling, let me check in with.
I've
Second
told
party.
Thalgri to let them know that we have gone to the east gate to head to the farm, to Amelia's farm.
Yeah.
I communicate that to the bar so when they come back, they know where to find us.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Your name.
Lomar.
Thank you, Lomar.
You're welcome.
Okay. While you're going there, to tell the innkeeper where we are, can you let them know if
I didn't go anywhere. I just said it.
We're still at the bar.
You're all still inside the tavern right now.
I didn't go far. I just said words.
Like 7
then,
foot.
yeah, I'm going to tell Thalgri if Arden Hammerbeard comes around asking for me, let him know where we are.
Okay, cool. So as you guys go to leave the tavern, you walk out into that courtyard that is all too familiar to you now. And as you're sort of filing out of the tavern, you hear a familiar sound of coin on pewter tankard as the old woman who you saw on the first day at the dock walks by again saying, "Alms for families with children lost! Alms for families who will never know the full home!" And she's just walking by. She's not interacting with you in any way. She's just walking
Flick
by.
the gold coin at it into the cup.
She continues to.
Can you do
Foretell
a
things
athletics
that
check?
come.
Let's see if you make that flick. She's pretty far away from you at this point.
Yeah, I assume I do. That's an
Well,
18
we'll
plus.
find out.
You said athletics or
Yep.
acrobatics?
Athletics. You're not being acrobatic.
21.
Okay, yeah. So you take your gold coin out of your pocket, flick it into that pewter tankard from a good distance. And it hits the rim, and she looks in, and she looks back, and notices you standing there with your hands still outstretched. And she gives you a little motion to come.
I gotta walk over there.
Why don't you already talk? You talked about the docks, right?
No.
The last time I did. Sorry about that.
And she looks in and she goes, "A gold coin. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Do you mind if I bend your ear for a second?"
Yeah, I can talk to you for a second. Actually, before I say that, I look over back at them and do like the kind of like 1 minute kind of thing. They kinda
It's
make
a
quickly.
scam.
She's just going to use it on drugs.
She just starts saying, Anthony,
So
Seven since
the old woman looks at you and says, What's your name, traveler? You're not from around here."
My name is Francisco Fuzzy Knuckles de Quevedo.
Whoa, what a
While
name!
I am not from around here, I come here quite frequently.
What brings you to this town of London?
I am a ship hand on the HMS Jackie Daytona.
Oh yes, okay. So you're part of the group that sails the students back and forth from the university.
I was
Oh,
Was?
the Jackie Daytona. Is no more.
Make a constitution
Throw.
save. Make a constitution
I was going to say, you're making an assumption that the
That's
whole.
fine. Let us
He
make
believes
himself.
Yeah, that's
I know, I
That's
love
okay.
it though, because like everyone you're going to, you're so very dramatic. I feel like it's like following you around behind you.
I love it.
Because they turn around, you'll see it.
I think his entire personality is based off of Matthew Berry.
No, I mean, I love
I
everything.
love it, no. It's epic.
Oh shit! I picked it up without even reading the number.
Sorry, I didn't even notice you do it.
12.
Yeah.
You said Constitution, right?
Yes, please.
13.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
save. Yeah, 13.
just regular, yeah. So you're able to fight back tears this time, but there's definitely like some choking up in your voice as you're trying to talk, as you feel that tightness catch, but you're able to kind of shake it off.
No more.
Daytona. Vessel.
So she sees the sort of look on your face. She says, and she kind of reaches out and gently touches your arm. She says, "My name is Midge, and I've been a widow for most of my life, and so I've dedicated mine to taking care of the people of Lund. And your gold coin will help us in a way that we haven't had a chance to lately. Don't know if you've heard the news being on the HMS. What was it?
Jackie Daytona.
The Jackie Daytona. But there have been 20 families in our town that have reported missing children. And it's not just our town. I've heard villages and towns nearby, all missing children, taken in the night. Parents and families awaken to find empty beds. Could you help more than with just your coin?"
In what way, woman?
At this point, Midge looks away, or looks around, excuse me.
Let's make it aggressive. It's just like.
So she kind of looks around over her shoulder and checks her other shoulder as well. Looks back at you and says, "You didn't hear it from me. If you want to help, speak with Terra Grantham."
Tara Grantham?
Terra Grantham.
That's to help the orphans?
Can we hear any of this?
No, you guys are out of earshot. Well, it's not the parents who are missing, it's the children who are missing. So they're not orphans, but
Terra Force!
but your heart is in the right place.
They're the opposite of orphan.
Unfortunately, I can't tell you where Terra is at the moment. What was your name again?
Francisco Fuzzy Knuckles de Quevedo.
Where are you staying in town?
We were staying at the Cat and Custard Pot, but I believe now we are headed out to the farm of Millennia Grove Tree. The Grove Tree Farm.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know the Grove Tree Farm. I'll tell Terra to find you with the Cat and Custard Pot. Where I can't tell you, but look for her there.
What? She didn't say it. What does Terra? What is?
We gotta move, cat.
I start walking back. Is
Roll.
she a gnome or a dwarf?
Roll persuasion.
Yeah,
Oh no, you're already
Why
gone.
is he talking?
I aid because I'm anxious to go.
Yeah,
as well.
do it,
Why
Charlie.
is he
Roll
talking
with.
to the beggar?
Are you eating or are you also rolling?
I'm aiding him because I'm impatiently like.
No worries. So Charlie,
Adventure.
roll with advantage. So roll twice. You don't need to roll your aiding.
Oh,
Yeah. So you hear the call and you're like, oh yeah, I need to get going.
Alright.
And she hears you yell out like for more description.
And before I'm walking back, I want to give another gold piece. Like, I have nothing left. You can use this more than me. And drop in a gold piece. But I must be going. And then as I'm walking
She
away,
says
I'm like,
thanks. She
what
says,
was Terra Dwarf?
and as you're yelling that, she's already clinging her up. Guns for the poor. She walks by.
Why is she always asking for guns for kids?
Alms lady.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Why is she asking for guns? Alright, so our group at the tavern, you guys are heading towards the grocery farm?
yes.
Yes?
Yes,
Okay.
and unless there's a thing in the way, we go.
No, you guys are heading that way. You're heading towards the east gate.
So what's that come by the right?
So the east gate from where you are currently is probably a couple of miles away, but more importantly, it's a few hours of walking away because getting through town is not as easy as cutting across over the country. So you're walking through winding roads, trying to get through the crowd, especially at this time after the attack of the undead on the city's gates and walls. The town's watch are in high alert, so every watch that you pass is checking you out, talking to you.
Like, bring out your dad.
Passive perception for any out of the norm outside of Skelly's damage or things that would be a point that's different than what we've seen, and then also always looking for heavier things.
Yeah.
Loose boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, walking
Fire
through
poker. Let's go.
walking through town, you don't notice anything. Like as you're walking, you wouldn't see anything.
Oh my god.
So if we're going, you said that the cat custard is center, like central. So if we're going
Roughly
east,
central.
roughly central,
Yeah.
a few miles and a few hours of travel, does that mean that they're also that plus however far away they are from the Temple of the Nine?
Who's they? Them?
The three.
Yeah, they would be further away from you guys. To get back to you would take them a considerable amount of time.
So would I know that? Or can I give
Roll
it?
roll it.
Because you've probably been back and forth to London.
Yeah, he's been to
You know
London
they're
with
going
me.
to the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a general idea, like, a little bit that way.
Yeah, he's been to London with me.
Yeah, you would definitely know. You don't need to roll anything. You would definitely know that where they're heading is significantly far away from where you guys are heading.
Okay.
So basically, where the Temple
They're
of the
going
Nine
like
is in the
this.
top northern corner. Where you guys are going is in the far eastern bottom corner.
So it's gonna take them hours on hours.
Probably from where they are in the market, 2 to 3 hours to reach the top of London, the temple. So you guys will simultaneously hit the East Gate and the Temple of the Nine at about noon.
I just wanted to clarify.
No, no worries.
Is there?
So you guys are
Do I see any blacksmiths along the way?
the blacksmith in London is on that eastern road.
Okay.
Do I know anybody who's like a messenger that can give them a message?
There are no messengers or scribes in London. that would
Boarding
be able
goods
to-
store.
A sporting goods store. There is not a store. There is no Richard's.
So rich.
But there is no difference.
Vintage store of sport.
There is a Bojangles on the corner though.
Cheer
They're
line.
all-
Let's go through the horse through. Let's go through the horse through. It'll be funny.
Yeah. The horse through.
How that's open.
All right, so you guys are heading towards the eastern gate. The group is heading towards Temple of Nine. You guys are heading to the blacksmith that is in the northern part of London near the market. Are you heading there first?
It's just me quick.
It's just you going to the blacksmith. Okay.
With Latan leading the way, I will turn to Bias and say,
Look, I really appreciate you. I get the sense that you might perhaps be a little impatient to leave town, and I really appreciate you accompanying Zlatan and I on a couple of errands before we go.
Yes, well, I appreciate your understanding of my situation. It is absolutely urgent that we understand more about what we found.
Yeah, I think that I'm picking up that you're just feeling a sense of urgency about learning more.
Yes, well, that would be correct. Yes.
Okay.
And for you as well, you said that you were at the university.
I was. I can tell by your attire that you maybe are familiar with the university.
Yes, unfortunately I am. I must change out of these as soon as I am able.
Roll up perception.
Ooh.
that's a no.
No. Okay. Yeah, you don't notice anything
Is that
odd.
Bosch now?
Yeah.
It's Bosch now.
No, it's okay. I mean, for a perception like that,
It's a
it would be-
fumble-rooski.
yeah, it's a little fumble. You don't notice anything off or different from her commentary. You just take it as on the surface. She wants to get out of these student robes, and from your perception, you think she means like just to get into some normal clothing to be more in line with the fashion of the town.
I'm sure there's a tailor around.
Biasna, Tavari, should we make haste?
Yes, please, please. This delay is already quite an issue.
So making your way through the market, you begin to smell the familiar smells of the blacksmith
Yep.
market stall, the sulfur, the hot coal and irons that work together. And you see the blacksmith, Brennan, and his 2 apprentices working feverishly at the forge, just hammering. No, they don't even turn around to acknowledge you approaching.
Cool. I yell for them.
Okay. So as they're hammering, just piss off, we're busy! Smashing the hammer.
I drop a pouch of
One
coins
more.
on the table.
Okay. He doesn't even turn around. Just keeps hammering. Flips over the blade.
Is there anything on the table in front of me?
The only thing that would be on the counter that's near you would be a pair of tongs, like blacksmith.
I grab the tongs and throw them at him.
Okay.
Oh, that's bold.
Do an athletics check. And with advantage, because he is
That's how I'm slept.
completely blind to it.
22.
You spear him through the ball.
Take his hammer.
Alright.
He dies.
So you throw these tongs, and it hits Brennan in the back of the head. And he immediately stops hammering. Looks at the 2 apprentices and just goes, and they stop hammering and turn and they all face you and just say, "What the fuck are you thinking?
Well, I was gonna give you business.
Can you see? We have more business than we can deal with at the moment.
No.
Now, fuck off before I get the town's watch." And I'll roll intimidation, you roll constitution.
$17.
20.
Zlatan, I think they're really busy.
I think you may be right.
There you go.
So as Brennan says it, he turns around and just starts hammering again, but the 2 apprentices eye you up and just stand there, holding their forge hammers in their hand.
Can I get some ball bearings?
They don't even say they don't say anything.
Yeah.
Can-
He just
Who are you
shut
thinking?
that man. We threw it. Think in there.
Well, they weren't listening.
I'm
I know,
surprised
I
you're
wanna
not
see you
even
go to, like,
asking
Barnes
me.
and
I know, right?
Why? I see business.
You guys told me to fuck off. He was screaming and not
That's
listening.
War and Peace, man. I heard.
Zoltan, you made us walk all the way over here.
Atlas shrugged. Jesus.
You guys walk all the way over here to go to get your things that you need, and you chuck things completely unnecessarily. And now it's completely a bust that we're here.
He was rude.
Oh, for God's sake, we could be at the Temple of Nine by now.
You're rude.
And you're ridiculous.
Yes.
You really shouldn't talk to an upperclassman like that.
Perhaps my looks are false in terms of what you're able to see. I am 35. Please understand this.
You look great.
She does.
So,
So as you guys are sitting there talking, a town watchman walks up and says, "There's a problem here." Big man, very burly, 5 o'clock shadow.
No,
Looks at all of you.
absolutely not. Please tell me how I can get to the Temple of the Nine.
He looks at you, he looks at the blacksmith who's kind of giving him an eye like, "Fucking get him out of here." And so he looks at you 3, he says, "Temple and mine's up the road."
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Can we please make haste?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys head up that way, towards Temple and Nine. Okay. So as you do that, you make your way to the temple without anything else distracting you or running into or any other errands you need to run. And you find yourself in front of a very large white stone building with dark blue stained windows, typical of temples of the Nile, especially in Dragon's Mark. This sort of combination of light white stone and dark blue window is on purpose to show the sort of duality of Ka, which is the chief god of the pantheon, this balance of light and dark. The door is open. What do you guys do?
Brao'Drana, would you like to take the lead in this?
Oh, I've never been here, so tell why, please. You know Tom?
Tom's the one that helped you prior evening. Do you remember last night? what happened with the skeletons and the fighting and the...
Yes, someone brought me back, yes.
Yeah, so, well, Tom's the one that helped you out, and we're gonna just see if there's anyone else that we can help, if you guys are okay with that.
Wonderful.
Do you think your friend would help us?
Yes. Maybe. I'm not sure. How would I contact my
Oh, that's a good point. Let's ask Tom first.
Alright.
Love it. So, do you guys go inside the temple? Where are you staying?
Yeah, I will lead the troop into the temple.
Okay. So as you enter the temple, you see a multitude of acolytes running from corner to corner, taking care of the wounded, the injured, all healing through either touch spell or simply by providing water. And in the very back of the temple, towards the main altar, you see the dark-haired gnome that you recognize from the night before at the town hall.
Could you guys update me on what you find out? I would like to use a workstation real quickly to create some medicine.
Good call. I appreciate that.
I'm using the pound of willow bark, the 12 vials, the half pound of maple leaves, and some boiled water to make vials of a healing potion for everyone, and for 12 vials.
Okay. So you got so
Willow bark
gotcha.
for the pain,
Yeah.
and then hot water for like liquids to move around, and the maple leaves for flavor.
Can you make it without hot water? There's no
Yes.
okay. So
Cool
there's
water.
no so it would have to be cool water because
That works.
Point. Okay. Yeah, there's no fires here in the temple right now.
Alright.
So it would be cool water, but
Cool.
it still works.
Yeah, that still works.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you're currently doing that as Zlatan is preparing all of this. Tom from the back of the temple looks up and notices you three, and immediately recognizes Tabari from the night before and Biasna, for whom he healed, and comes walking up to you and he says, Tabari, Biasna, welcome to the Temple of the Nine. May tears light shine upon you in all your days. How do I find you this morning?
Yes, I was told that you healed me. I appreciate and thank you for your service.
That's the least that I can do. These students from Strixhaven that you are possibly saved the Captain Custard Pot. Maybe only 5 or 6 skeletons, but Aubrey and his daughter are no fighters. They would have been dead without you, so thank you.
Oh, he's the only student. Oh, and also
Sorry.
with your spirit.
Yes.
But Biasna and I, we are not associated with the university, despite what our clothes may indicate.
He kind of looks with he says, but sorry, it's been a while since I've talked to you. But you're both wearing robes of students. I'm confused. Are you deceiving? Is you are students, or I don't mean to pry. You don't have to share.
No, I left the university on my own accord.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, what made you do so?
Well, unfortunately, at the university, they have a strict list of what they're able to teach, and I need to learn things outside of the set curriculum.
So when you say that, he kind of gives you a sideways glance, like, separate. Sorry, you know about this stepping outside of the set curriculum.
Can't say that I do. I left the university not of my own accord.
Oh my, fine. Talking to, okay. This is more than I was prepared to discuss with the two of you. Let's table it for now. I need your help. I don't have time to go into the story. Tabari, we will talk, I promise. Good. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I didn't realize I was talking to 2 students, one who left and one who was kicked out. Anyways, thank you for coming to the temple. Where's your other friend, the blue-skinned one?
This one?
He looks around. He's a gnome, so he can't see past everything. Maybe? Who's?
I come walking up with a tray of vials.
Oh, my. A graduate. What do you have with you?
Yes,
Those healing potions.
yes, they are. They're for anyone who's injured.
And you hear him just kind of call out to the acolytes in the room, and 6 of them come running up and grab 2 bottles each.
Cool.
And run off with them.
Cool.
And he says,
That was very, very excellent.
Yes, very excellent indeed. Thank you, students of Strixhaven. May the three of you join me in my private quarters for a minute.
So all of these healing potions are gone?
Well,
So,
learn how to make them.
Yeah, that's your job.
Tom asks, then immediately starts walking towards a door in the back left part of the town.
Tom, my name is Latan, by the way.
Yes, of course, Latan. Thank you for the healing potion. Sorry I did not ask your name. It's been a very busy day.
Okay.
What are you free to do, Paul?
Yep.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do we know him? Previously to this, do we know he's trustworthy?
I mean, he's been about here for quite a while. I've seen him a lot when I came. I mean, he does great sermons if you're into that.
Yeah, you guys wouldn't, you especially the two of you, probably wouldn't know Tom. However, his name is synonymous with goodwill and town. He sort of is the people person who assists the high priest, who is very much not a people person. His reputation precedes him as somebody who's very bureaucratic within the devils and the religion of the Lion.
Then I follow away.
He saved your life. You owe him a moment of your time.
I suppose you are correct.
So you guys follow him into his personal quarters, and as you guys come in, he shuts the door, sits down behind his desk, and offers you 3 chairs, which I assume you guys will sit down then. So as he does that, he kind of rubs his neck, looks across the table, and says, "Didn't think that they were this far south either. We've heard tales from further north of the undead making their way into towns, attacking walls, all with the same symbol that I bet you've seen on these skeletons today.
Do you know where that symbol comes from?
Unfortunately, I don't. I'm sorry. In all my years of study, I've not seen a symbol like this. I can tell you it's Eldritch, but beyond that, it's a mystery to me.
Do you have any leads up to where we might find some information on this Eldritch writing or the teachings of this Eldritch?
Unfortunately, no. I'm guessing that as a student of the university, you didn't come across it either in your studies.
I've only I recognize that it is Eldritch, but again, I have no histories on it at all. Is there a known historian or anything such as that in this area?
Unfortunately, not none, no.
No.
Sorry. Renwick, maybe, but even then, the lore master is fickle, travels from town to town. I can tell you that the agents of the Nine, the Children of Light, are looking into it. But beyond that,
And just one last thing, may I find out who is the leader of the Children of the Light?
there's no leader of the Children of Light. They are volunteers within the Acolyte ranks who offer their lives to dedication to the Nine.
Is it possible for us to trust them?
There's none currently here. They are scouring the countryside right now looking for.
I want to see Bananas as soon as I possibly can.
Sorry, who? Bananas?
Yes, Bananas.
Bananas are cold.
Yes, that's correct.
And fair.
Yes.
You know Bananas.
I do know Bananas.
Or he even meets the other guys. He slips you a envelope that's sealed with glass. Can you please give this to him next time you see him?
Yes, I can.
Come over with the sausages.
5 minutes, Turkish.
Okay. Thank you for taking that to fair whenever you make your way that way. I'm sure that you've also heard of Mr. Children.
Yes. I believe Zoltan has had an interaction with someone who's asking for money for the children.
Oh,
I
Midge.
have. Yes, Midge.
That's her heart. Midge is always trying to help.
Yeah, Midge did tell me. And is there any validity to this statement? Midge informed me or advised me that it does appear that beyond the cliffs, children have been going missing. Is it just specifically children, or have the parents of the children also been found missing?
It is only children, unfortunately.
So, if a family were to be attacked, would that, and everyone's missing, is that something that's been unheard of?
That's the weird part. Zlatan, yes.
Yes, Zlatan.
That's the weird part. It's not families being attacked. It's children disappearing in the night. The families are unharmed. It's simply empty beds and cold sheets when the sun rises. But I'm afraid that Midge only knows part of it. It's not just Lund whose children are going missing. Lund, Taryn, it's Renwick, it's Garamon. Children from across the hearth are being taken from their homes in the middle. And we don't know why. And the Nine, bless us, they've hidden this from us, and we don't understand what's happening. But it's only been happening for the last month.
Has anything happened in the beginning, the last month before that, recent history? Has anything happened? Any tumultuous times with the Temple of the Nine? Has there been a change in power?
No. We have, as you know, living in a time of peace and prosperity here in Kareborum. It's a time when the council in the north and all the regent lords watch over us. There's rumors of stirrings in the mountains among the dwarven lords, but they're dwarves. They're always stirring. So, no changes in the political power.
Thank you.
Of course.
And is there anything else that you would like to inform us of that we may be of assistance?
The symbol on the skeletons is very wordy.
It appears that it's coordinated. If they all have the same symbol, they all come from some master, a ruler over them.
Takes a sip of this tea. Yes. See why you left the university. Don't know if there was much they were going to teach you. Your intuition is spot on. I thought the same thing. And that is what I want to figure out. What is controlling the undead to attack these towns? Because I think there might be a diversion occurring to distract the guards and distract the citizens while children are being taken. We haven't heard this morning yet of any children being taken last night. I wouldn't be surprised if the two of them.
Do you think that it's the undead, or do you think they're working for someone?
Working controlled by someone, maybe?
I think that you're onto something. I think that they're controlled by something or someone. Whatever malevolent force is being ushered in the darkness. We'll have to find out.
By Asna, I work with magical items quite a bit. If it is that, I can probably look into it. You seem to be more on the history side of things, so if we find it, maybe I can look at that and you can tell us what you know of the items.
Yes, fantastic. I would appreciate the assistance. And do we happen to have a map of the area where we may see where the children have been taken?
We don't necessarily have a map of where children have been taken from, but I can tell you that it is specific, or it's only happening in the poor part of town.
Why aren't you
Not a single family member of the nobles have been missing.
None of the nobles.
No, none of the town council, none of the wealthy spice merchants. All of their children are safe.
Do you think they may be aware of it and that they're trying to buy their way out?
Tears eye. I have no idea. Only he would know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tilwar.
We're having a conversation.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
But do you know why? Why aren't you telling her that you saved her?
I don't want any credit for what I do. I'm just trying to make up for what I did.
I understand that. If you need help, you let me know.
Appreciate that.
I can tell you, and so Tom looks around and sees everybody kind of watching and says, I appreciate you coming today. I need to get back out and tend to the members of town here. Thank you for the healing potions, Latan. It's a favor that will not be forgotten. You will always have a friend in the light. May Tia's light shine on you going forward. if you need anything else, please let me know. Until then, please check in whenever you can.
Right. So, you all need to do anything else while we're here? Can we head back and share what we've learned?
Let's do that. Let's head back.
Sounds like you got good information.
And we'll stop there for tonight.
Cool.
Nice.
Pick up next time.
That's awesome. That was a good one, man.
That was a good one.
Thank you. Thank you guys very much. Next gaming session next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
good with that. We're good with that? Yeah, we're good with that.
Next Friday. Cool.
Where do you post your videos?
Until
I didn't
then.
watch last week.